So I am definitely feeling a little under the weather today. I'm not going to lie about it. I got a sore throat. Went to bed with it last night, woke up with it this morning a little bit worse. So I think I'm getting sick, but that's besides the point. Here's why I think most people never escape the middle class. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're stupid. And it's definitely not because they're incapable of making more money. It's because most people spend their entire lives following like a financial model that was essentially designed to keep them there. Again, think about the traditional path for a second. You go through school, maybe you go to college, you get a job, you work 40 hours a week. Every year, maybe you get a small raise. But as your income slowly increases, so does your rent, so do groceries, insurance, taxes, your car payments, your lifestyle. And suddenly you're making more money than you were 5 years ago. But somehow you still feel like you're in the exact same place or maybe even worse. And that is the trap. Most people are taught how to earn a paycheck, but very few people are taught how to become more valuable. Because there is a massive difference between how many hours can I work in a day and how valuable can I make 1 hour of my time. I just noticed this. These bags under my eyes, I'm telling you guys right now, I just feel like dog shit today, but it is what it is. Getting back to my original point, that realization completely changed the way that I look at making money. I stopped obsessing over finding a higher paying hourly job, and I started obsessing over developing higher paying skills. And for me particularly, that was sales, because sales introduced me to something I'd never experienced before, which is performance-based income. If I became, better at communicating, better at understanding people, better at handling objections, better at closing deals, I could potentially make more money without having to wait for somebody to approve my raise. Is the income always predictable? No. Commission-based sales definitely has its ups and downs. But for the first time in my life, my earning potential was directly connected to how good I was at selling. And that's exactly why I recommend remote high-ticket sales so heavily to people who are, just trying to change their situations. Because at the end of the day, you can start with something that's beginner-friendly, like appointment setting. You can learn how to professionally communicate through DMs. You could qualify prospects, kind of get that initial understanding of what the industry is like. You qualify prospects, you book calls, and you basically get paid based on the results that you essentially create. And in a lot of ways, there's essentially like a ladder to it. You could start off as a regular DM appointment setter and then move up to something like phone setting and then high ticket closing and then maybe sales management and then ultimately running your own business. If that's, of course, the direction you want to go in. So I'm not saying everybody who's middle class needs to just up and quit their jobs. They don't. But what I'm saying is if you want a different financial outcome, you probably need to start doing something different from what created your current one. So don't spend your entire life asking yourself, oh, how can I make another $2 per hour? Start asking yourself, what skills can make my time dramatically more valuable? That question changed my life. And for me, the answer was sales.